Ladies and gentlemen, picture a land where ancient wisdom meets modern strength, where the spirit of a billion souls beats with unwavering courage and unyielding resolve. A nation forged through centuries of struggle, sacrifice, and triumph. India is more than a country, it is a living force. Today, we stand on the edge of understanding a truth deeper than weapons and power. India's military might is a reflection of its soul, a fierce protector born from the heart of its people. Stay with me as we uncover why this strength is not just terrifying, but sacred. India stands among the top global military powers, consistently ranking as the fourth most powerful military in the world. This status is not based solely on numbers, but on the comprehensive strength and capability across land, air, sea, space, and cyber domains. With over 1.4 million active personnel and more than 1 million in reserves, India maintains one of the largest standing armies on Earth. Its ground forces are trained for diverse terrains, from the icy heights of the Himalayas to the deserts of Rajasthan and dense jungles in the northeast. India's experience in high-altitude warfare, particularly in regions like Siachen and Ladakh, gives it a unique edge that very few militaries possess. These are not just soldiers, they are hardened professionals with real combat exposure. The Indian Air Force is one of the most advanced in Asia, operating a mix of fourth and fifth-generation fighter jets like the Rafale, Sukhoi Su-30 MKI, and the indigenous HEL Tejas. It has a strong focus on modernization, with plans underway for fifth-generation aircraft and expanded UAV capabilities. On the seas, the Indian Navy continues to grow as a formidable blue water force, capable of projecting power far beyond its immediate shores. With aircraft carriers, destroyers, submarines, including nuclear-powered ones, and maritime reconnaissance aircraft, the Navy plays a critical role in securing the Indian Ocean region. India's military strength also includes strategic capabilities, such as nuclear deterrence, ballistic missile systems, and an increasingly sophisticated defense industrial base. Annual defense exercises, joint drills with major powers, and continuous technological upgrades reflect a military that is not only prepared for modern warfare, but constantly evolving to face new-age threats. India's global military ranking is a reflection of its strategic preparedness, operational readiness, and unshakable commitment to national security. India is a recognized nuclear power with a well-established and carefully managed nuclear arsenal. Unlike many countries that rely on aggressive posturing, India follows a doctrine of credible minimum deterrence, which means it maintains just enough nuclear capability to discourage any potential adversary from considering a first strike. This approach is balanced and responsible, designed to ensure peace through strength. Central to India's nuclear policy is its no first use and a few doctrine. This means India has pledged not to use nuclear weapons unless first attacked with them. While this doctrine is rooted in restraint, it is backed by real and effective second strike capability. India has developed a robust nuclear triad, meaning it can launch nuclear weapons from land-based missiles, aircraft, and submarines. This makes it nearly impossible for any enemy to launch a surprise attack without facing assured retaliation. Land-based systems include missiles such as Agni series, which have ranges extending beyond 5,000 kilometers. These missiles are mobile and can be deployed quickly, offering flexibility and rapid response options. In the air, India uses modified fighter aircraft like the Mirage 2000 and Sukhoi Su-30 MKI, equipped to deliver nuclear payloads. The most strategic component of the triad is the sea-based deterrent. India's nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarines, such as INS Arihant, which can remain hidden underwater for extended periods, making them almost undetectable and highly survivable in a conflict scenario. India's nuclear command structure is civilian-controlled, with the Nuclear Command Authority (NCA) ensuring that political leaders, not military personnel, have the final say in any nuclear decision. This ensures accountability and stability in one of the world's most volatile regions. India's nuclear capability is not about aggression, It is about ensuring that any threat to its sovereignty or safety will be met with a powerful and decisive deterrent. India's defense industry has undergone a major transformation in recent decades, moving steadily towards self-reliance and indigenous innovation. This shift is crucial for maintaining strategic autonomy and reducing dependency on foreign arms suppliers. Through initiatives like Make in India and the modernization efforts of the Defense Research and Development Organization (DRDO), India is building a strong foundation for manufacturing advanced defense systems within its own borders. One of the most prominent examples of this effort is the development of the BrahMos missile, a joint venture with Russia but largely built and operated in India. It is one of the fastest supersonic cruise missiles in the world, capable of being launched from land, air, sea, and submarine. Another key achievement is the HAL Tejas, India's indigenously developed light combat aircraft, now in service with the Indian Air Force and constantly undergoing upgrades for improved capabilities. India is also investing heavily in homegrown tank, artillery, and drone technologies. The Arjun battle tank, Akash surfaced, where missile system, and Pinaka multi-barrel rocket launcher are examples of Indian designed and produced systems that are now part of the country's active defense inventory. These projects not only strengthen national security, but also create jobs and stimulate the domestic economy. The defense industry is also being opened up to private players and startups, encouraging innovation and competition. Public sector undertakings like HAL, Bell, and BEML work alongside new defense tech companies to accelerate development in fields such as AI, cybersecurity, autonomous systems, and robotics. By building its own military equipment and infrastructure, India is ensuring long-term sustainability and readiness. This self-reliant approach minimizes the risks of international sanctions, supply chain disruptions, or geopolitical pressure affecting its defense preparedness in times of crisis. India's elite special forces are among the most skilled, feared, and respected in the world. These units are trained to operate in extreme conditions, conduct high-risk missions, and respond swiftly to any threat, whether on land, at sea, or in urban environments. Their discipline, secrecy, and sheer effectiveness make them a critical component of India's military strength. One of the most well-known units is the Para Special Forces Para-SF, a wing of the Indian Army. These soldiers are trained for surgical strikes, counter-insurgency, and high-altitude warfare. They have been involved in numerous cross-border operations and covert missions that remain classified. Their training is grueling, covering everything from skydiving and mountain warfare to survival and intelligence gathering in hostile territory. The Marcos Marine Commandos are the Indian Navy's elite unit, specially trained for amphibious warfare, underwater operations, and anti-terrorism. They are known as ghosts of the sea due to their stealth and unpredictability. Marcos operatives are deployed for both offensive and hostage rescue missions, often in highly sensitive coastal or riverine areas. Another elite unit is the National Security Guard NSG, also known as the Black Cats. Primarily tasked with counter-terrorism and hostage rescue, they are often deployed during high-stakes situations such as hijackings or terror attacks. Their quick response and precision were notably seen during the 26/11 Mumbai attacks. What sets India's special forces apart is not just their combat skill, but their adaptability. Whether it's the icy heights of Siachen, dense jungles of the northeast, or crowded cityscapes, they can operate anywhere with deadly efficiency. These forces undergo continuous training with international counterparts and are equipped with the latest weapons and surveillance technology, ensuring they remain among the best in the world. India's air power has evolved into one of the most advanced and diverse in the world, playing a crucial role in maintaining national security and regional dominance. The Indian Air Force (IAF), established in 1932, is now the fourth largest air force globally, equipped with a mix of cutting-edge technology, experienced personnel, and combat-proven aircraft. The IAF operates a range of advanced fighter jets that provide both air superiority and deep strike capabilities. Notable among them is the Rafale, a five-generation multirole fighter jet acquired from France, capable of carrying out precision strikes, evading radar, and engaging in high-altitude combat. In addition, the Su-30 MKI, built in collaboration with Russia, forms the backbone of the IAF and is known for its long range, high agility, and payload capacity. India has also developed its own indigenous fighter jet, the HEL Tejas, which reflects the country's push towards self-reliance in defense technology. Designed for both air-to-air and air-to-ground roles, the Tejas is light, fast, and technologically sophisticated. It represents India's commitment to building a future-ready air force with homegrown capabilities. The IAF air mobility and transport capacity are also impressive. With aircraft like the C-17 Globemaster Roman III and C-130J Super Hercules, India can rapidly deploy troops, equipment, and aid across vast distances. Helicopters such as the Apache and Chinook enhance India's ability to perform both attack and logistics missions in varied terrains. India is investing in airborne, early warning systems, drones, and stealth technologies to maintain a technological edge. The integration of modern radar systems, satellite-guided weaponry, and real-time surveillance enhances the IAF effectiveness in both offensive and defensive operations, making it a cornerstone of India's military power. India's naval power has become a defining force in the Indo-Pacific region, reflecting both strategic ambition and national defense priorities. The Indian Navy is not just a coastal defense force. It is a full-fledged blue water navy capable of operating across oceans, projecting power far beyond its shores, and securing vital sea lanes of communication. With over 150 ships and submarines, including aircraft carriers, destroyers, frigates, and nuclear-powered submarines, the Indian Navy is one of the largest and most powerful navies in the world. It plays a crucial role in ensuring maritime security across the Indian Ocean region, a zone that hosts critical global trade routes and energy supply chains. India currently operates INS Vikramaditya, a modified Kiev-class aircraft carrier, and has recently inducted INS Vikrant, the country's first indigenously built aircraft carrier. These floating airbases enable India to project air power deep into maritime zones, significantly enhancing its strike and defense capabilities. In the underwater domain, the Indian Navy has expanded its fleet with Scorpene-class attack submarines and the INS Arihant, a nuclear-powered ballistic missile submarine. These assets provide second-strike capability and ensure strategic deterrence beneath the surface. The Navy also boasts a growing fleet of advanced stealth destroyers, multi-role frigates, and maritime patrol aircraft like the P-8I Poseidon, used for surveillance, anti-submarine warfare, and reconnaissance. Naval Special Forces, known as MARCOs, add another layer of capability for high-risk missions in maritime and coastal zones. India's emphasis on shipbuilding through domestic shipyards strengthens its self-reliance in defense production. Joint exercises with major global navies further enhance interoperability and presence. In today's global security landscape, India's strong naval presence acts as both shield and sword, defending its interests and shaping regional dynamics across the Indian Ocean and beyond. India's rise as a modern military power is not limited to land, sea, or air. It extends into the rapidly evolving domains of cyber and space warfare. These are the battlefields of the future, where wars can be fought without a single bullet being fired, and India is positioning itself to not only defend but also dominate in these arenas. In space, India has already demonstrated its capability with missions like Chandrayaan and Mangalyaan, showing precision, innovation, and cost-effectiveness. But it was the 2019 anti-satellite ASAT test, known as Mission Shakti, that firmly placed India among the elite group of nations, alongside the US, Russia, and China, that can destroy enemy satellites in orbit. This achievement is not just symbolic. It proves India's ability to neutralize enemy surveillance and communication assets during a conflict. India's military also leverages space, based assets for real-time intelligence, surveillance, navigation, and targeting. Satellites play a key role in guiding missiles, coordinating troop movements, and monitoring hostile activity across borders and seas. With dedicated military satellites like GSAT-7 and RISAT, India has developed the infrastructure necessary for integrated space warfare support. On the cyber front, India is steadily building capabilities to protect against cyber attacks, data breaches, and digital sabotage. The formation of the Defense Cyber Agency (DCA) is a major step towards centralized cyber defense operations. India is also investing in offensive cyber capabilities tools that can disable enemy communication systems, disrupt logistics, or infiltrate critical infrastructure in times of conflict. With growing investments in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and autonomous systems, India is preparing to face hybrid threats where traditional and digital battlefields merge. The focus is not only on developing next-generation tech, but also on training cyber warriors and space strategists who will play a decisive role in future conflicts. India's military strength is deeply rooted in its extensive combat experience, gained through multiple wars, conflicts, and counter-insurgency operations over the decades. This experience has shaped the armed forces into a battle-hardened, adaptable, and resilient force, capable of operating in some of the world's toughest environments. India has fought 4 major wars since its independence, in 1947, 1962, 1965, and 1971, and a limited conflict in Kargil in 1999. Each of these conflicts tested the country's military preparedness and taught valuable lessons in strategy, logistics, and battlefield tactics. The 1971 war, which led to the creation of Bangladesh, is often cited as a textbook example of joint operations between the Army, Navy, and Air Force, demonstrating India's ability to coordinate complex military campaigns. Apart from wars with neighboring countries, India has faced ongoing insurgencies and terror threats within its borders, particularly in Jammu and Kashmir, the Northeast, and other regions. The armed forces have gained unparalleled experience in counter-insurgency and anti-terror operations, combining intelligence, precision strikes, and local engagement. This expertise allows them to conduct surgical operations with minimal collateral damage while maintaining civilian support. India's soldiers are also trained to operate in extreme conditions such as the high altitude and mountainous terrain of the Himalayas. The challenges of harsh weather, difficult terrain, and logistical constraints require exceptional endurance and innovative tactics, which the Indian military has mastered over time. Regular joint military exercises with global powers like the United States, Russia, France, and Israel further sharpen India's operational skills and expose its forces to varied combat scenarios. This blend of real-world combat experience and international cooperation makes India's military not only strong on paper but battle-ready and strategically sound. India's military might is not just about weapons or numbers. It's about a legacy of resilience, courage, and unwavering commitment to protect its people and sovereignty. From the strength of its forces to cutting-edge technology and battle-hardened experience, India stands as a powerful guardian of peace and power. This is a nation you do not challenge lightly, for its spirit is fierce and its resolve unbreakable. Thank you for joining me on this journey through India's formidable defense. Stay inspired, stay proud, and good luck as you carry forward the story of this incredible nation. Jai Hind.